Good evening. This is CTV News for Thursday, February 1st. I'm Byron Scott.
And I'm Patricia Malone. Thank you for joining us tonight. Well, new information tonight in a shooting late last year that left an 18-year-old Largo High School student dead and her boyfriend injured. 3 people have been charged with murder and other crimes. Denise Douglas explains from the courthouse in Upper Marlboro.
This murder was a case of mistaken identity, and it was gang-related. 18-year-old Alyssa Banks and her boyfriend were the innocent victims. They were parking their car on Prince Place in Upper Marlboro last October when it happened. Josue Vasquez, Danielle Butler, and Thomas Jenkins, who, according to court documents, identify themselves as part of the Riverdale crew, had driven to the area looking for rival gang members. They mistakenly thought Banks and her boyfriend were their targets and allegedly shot them. Officials identified Vasquez as the trigger man. Here's a reaction from Banks' mother outside the courthouse earlier today.
First of all, I would like to say thank you to the Prince George's County Police Department and the State's Attorney's Office and everyone for their efforts involved in this heinous crime. I would like to also thank the Largo High School community and the Care First family of mine who supported me through this entire endeavor. Thank you.
When it comes right down to it, what I want the community to understand, this is about I live over here and you live over there, and for some reason that means there's got to be violence done. That's how pointless this is. And then you've got 2 people, as again we've made clear, completely innocent people caught up in something as foolish as that. And I don't think evil is too strong a word when you look at the lives lost.
This was a couple that everybody loved, 2 honor students. And on this day, Alyssa was so helpful that she's standing outside the vehicle trying to help her friend parallel park. That's just how innocent these 2 people were. She got out of her car yet again trying to assist. He was having trouble parking. She said, I'll get out the car and help you, try to assist you in parallel parking. Just that innocent, just that beautiful. 2 rising, 2 students who were seeking to be EMTs to work to help others.
This was considered a cold case, so the police chief credits relentless work by his officers for catching the suspects. I'm Denise Douglas, CTV News.
And we're told that Banks' boyfriend has recovered from his injuries and is doing okay.
Lawmakers in Annapolis are proposing legislation that would tighten gun laws in Maryland. One measure would ban bump stocks or any device that could essentially make a semi-automatic weapon automatic. Bump stops were used last year in Las Vegas massacre that took 58 lives and wounded more than 400 others. Opponents of the bill say it will make criminals out of law-abiding citizens.
Bump stocks are hardly ever seen in the wild. Almost nobody owns them, but there are so many competition shooters out there. There are so many who could be criminalized simply because they are now under some law that says that any modification they use to improve their scores in target shooting, Olympic shooter practice, are now could be criminalized in Maryland, and that's just unacceptable.
I'm sorry, but we're here to protect the general public. We're not taking guns away from sportsmen in any sense of the matter. We are here trying to protect the families, the children, and everyone else that live here and want to live in safe communities. And we don't want anyone making a semi-automatic weapon into an automatic weapon. That's the bottom line as far as I'm concerned.
Lawmakers also introduced a measure that would eliminate the Handgun Review Board. According to the bill's sponsors, the members, who are appointed by the governor, have the authority to overturn state police rulings on who should or who should not get a concealed weapon permit.
Well, they're billed as the world's fastest trains. Proponents of the maglev and Hyperloop are hoping to connect D.C. with Baltimore and New York so that the commute only takes an hour. This afternoon, the Maryland House Environment and Transportation Committee got a briefing on the issue by the state's Department of Transportation.
Our role is one of facilitating an environmental impact statement for the maglev on various proposed routes. So this is driven by the private sector.
People are concerned about noise. Remember, this is a train that floats on air. So it's not like a regular train that has a catenary that attaches to an electric line and steel wheels on steel wheels that are noise. If this train were to go up on one of the routes, like to the Eastway of the Parkway, it's quieter than the noise that comes off the Baltimore Parkway.
So we've looked at operational history around the world, and we just have grave concerns over the economics of it. We looked at the operation of this system, and now we're convinced that it doesn't make sense economically to do this. We think that for about 1/10 of the cost to build the maglev, you can improve the Amtrak, go to the next-gen Acela, and achieve the same goals of rapid rail.
And many of the proposed routes for the trains pass right through Prince George's County.
And Greenbelt police want to know if you've seen this woman. She is 75-year-old Marion Iwari, and she's missing. Iwari was last seen around 11 o'clock this morning, leaving a doctor's office on the 7500 block of Hanover Parkway. Authorities are concerned because she reportedly suffers from early-stage Alzheimer's. If you have any information about her whereabouts, you're asked to call Greenbelt Police. And